I recently did a video about the unintended consequences, the law of unintended consequences. And one of the things I meant to put in there that I didn't, so I'm going to do this particular video to add it in, is something called the Cobra Effect. And it was coined by a German economist by the name of Horst Siebert, who died about a decade ago or so. And he tells this story, and whether it's true or not, I have not been able to determine. I actually tried to look it up. So if somebody listens to this and they know that this was true, put it in the comments. But the story, it may be true, it's maybe mythical, legend, whatever, but was that under British rule, India, the British were concerned about the number of venomous cobras that were in the country. And so they wanted to eliminate the problem. And so they placed a bounty, a reward on the number of dead cobras that were brought to them. And so once the reward was given, citizens caught on pretty quickly and started to breed them. And so they had a lot more dead cobras, and they kept coming in. Well, the British learned about what was happening with the Indian citizens and canceled the program, canceled the reward. And the citizens then, with all these cobras that they had bred, released them. And so now there were more snakes than before they had started this program. And so this illustrates the unintended consequences of things that can happen. And this is true. I know he was Horst Siebert was a German economist, but I find this so true in other ways within organizations where they're trying to solve a problem, and five other problems are created by virtue of not understanding the law of unintended consequences. Now, for me, I hear a lot of people talking about the Cobra Effect with regards to linear thinking, and that may be true, but I see it more as the inability to develop or the lack of synthetic thinking within an organization. Understanding the whole will help mitigate problems like these, and this is one of the reasons why in coaching executives and executive teams, I want them to be broader thinkers about how the system interacts and not just their individual department or team or whatever it might be. That they have to understand how the interaction of the parts or the whole system is operating. Now, personally, I don't believe, well, I'll say this, rewards work, but they always have or seem to have unintended consequences. And you have to be able to look for these within your organization. And it's hard when you're an analytical thinker where you break down the pieces because you're usually only seeing your piece as opposed to the whole. And when I talk about the whole, it's not just from within the organization, but it's also with customers. It could be industry and so forth. And so you have to begin to kind of paint a picture of these systems that are operating that could be affected by any of the decisions that they make. You may be, in this case, creating more cobras within your organization.